Here I am, guys. Hello. How's it going? I realized in the break, I can be a bit more specific about a few things. I still can't tell you the two big events that have hurt Dave recently, but basically, his drinking caused him to neglect certain things, and they snuck up on him, and he's now in some rough situations about them. And they completely involve his personal life, and they don't involve me. So, can't talk about that. But what I can talk about is a few of the things that we said in the arguments. For example, I said, because we keep in mind, it was not irresponsible morality because, like straight up. Oh. Nice, Sikachi. Like the whole husk thing. I don't know if you guys remember, but like that was like from 3 years ago. A lot of you weren't even here watching 3 years ago. But that's where it came from. It was like a joke. I called Dave a husk and he like lost it. But it was really funny. And that was like on a stream 3 years ago. It just stuck. You know? I think it actually might have been during Sonic 06. We were playing Sonic 06 on the channel like 2 or 3 years ago. And he kept fucking dying at one part. And then I grabbed the controller out of his hand. I was like, give me that controller, you fucking husk. Good time. Sonic 06 was a good time. Oh yeah, Rezi, is that the case? Put shit on your head with a green screen? With green hair? No, thank you. But anyway. A few things I can say about the argument. And keep in mind, we were both angry. And, you know, I definitely regret wording some of the things the way that I did. I'm sure Dave, if you were to ask him, he probably regrets wording some of the things the way that he did. But I recall saying that, like, don't dye it green, paint it green, fuck off. But I recall saying, I said something along the lines of, like, what was one of them? Oh yeah, Dave said to me that, like, you know, regarding the whole tough love thing, you know, sometimes tough love causes him to want to drink. And I was like, listen here. Tough love may get you to want to drink. Tough love doesn't get you to drink. Those are two different things. You still choose to drink in the end. Even if certain things here or there, oh, thank you for the sub, Confused. Even if certain things here or there make you want to react in a way or in a different way, you know, doesn't make you do it. Nothing makes you do it. You do it. You choose to do it. You might feel more like doing it, but you choose to do it. Like, I'm fat. When I overeat, maybe something happened that day that made me feel like overeating. But no. I still choose it in the end. I take the responsibility. I told him that directly. I was like, listen. Stop fucking blaming other people for how you feel and for what you do. Take responsibility.
Coming up.
Here we go. And he didn't like hearing that, you know? He didn't like hearing that it was on his shoulders.
Greetings.
Because it really is. Well, like, worst case scenario, guys.
Whoa.
If I move to Ottawa and Dave doesn't move with me and he's just off the show, well, one, he can always come back on if he ever gets his shit together. I'll be okay with that. But two, it'll be Naomi and I, first off. Jess will be back. Jess left for Ottawa last month. She was on the show one final time to say goodbye to everybody. She can come back because she's in Ottawa. I have another friend who I think is actually, he'd be really good for the show. He's living in Ottawa. He says he wants to join us. He can be a co-host, you know. We'll work it out.
Indeed.
The show won't end if Dave can't pull his head out of his ass and get better. The show won't end. Things will be okay.
Begin. I will not fail.
Hello, Gustav. This guy's, okay. But the Dave emote? Oh no, the emote's gonna be gone, dude.
How about you?
All right. Let's do this.
Is he Spears, maybe? No. Oh, he has all of our abilities. That's kind of cool.
My turn.
Reminds you when you broke your Remus and willing to help you. You see, I actually brought that up too. I brought that up, Wing Tassar. And he was pissed when I brought that up. But I was like, no, listen. Just fucking take responsibility. And here's the thing, like, even if it's not his fault, take responsibility. 'Cause that's how you fix it, you know? I was cheated on. I did nothing to deserve to be cheated on. I actually treated that girlfriend of mine at the time quite well. This is not an instance where like I mistreated her and then she was like pushed away. No. She cheated on me. And then as soon as I found out about it, I threw her out of my life. I was like, you're gone. But like, it's not my fault that she cheated on me. It's not. But it's my responsibility to shape up my life and not just wallow about it and go fucking MGTOW and be like, all women are terrible and like irrational, stupid shit like that. It's my responsibility to put myself together in the face of that. And that's what I told Dave. I was like, listen. It doesn't matter if something happens that makes you want to drink. It's your responsibility that you do. Don't be like, oh, you drove me to do this. No. It's your responsibility that you do. And he didn't really like hearing that. Including Trap, says he?
What to do?
Even Dragon Fence. I got a healing grape bunch. This'll do.
Let me help.
Traps are women enough for me.
Shall be mine.
But yeah, like, another thing that we talked about was that I told him straight up, I was like, listen. Eve left. If you guys go back in the YouTube backlog for this, for Game Boomers, you'll see like Metal Gear Solid, you know? Metal Gear Solid, you'll see Metal Gear Solid 2. You'll see, what else will you see?
My turn now.
You'll see something along the lines of like, he did Deadly Creatures with us. He did Mission Impossible with us. He did a number of games. Eve was around for like a good year and a half on the show. And he was great on the show. But he left. Dave and Eve, I'm not completely sure, but I think they were in school around the same time. Dave didn't graduate, Eve did. Eve got a job out of town. Eve left. Simple as that. Dave's 33, and all of his primary friends outside of Naomi and I are transients because they're students, you know? And I said, listen, you've had friends abandon you, and you told me that this guy was like your new best friend, and a year later he's gone. He's moved to another town. He graduated, he left, you know? Eve got another job, he left, you know? You've got these, you go to Eve, oh no. But you've got these friends who keep disappearing on you. Eve was one of them that left, you know? Al and his girlfriend Megan, they left. You know? These are people who started school at the same time as you, then graduated. And then you're sitting there wondering, why are my friends leaving? How come my friends leaving town? You know, what am I doing? What's going on with my life that I'm not leaving? You know? A year after Eve left, Dave made friends with Jordan, and Jordan was, I think, like in his like second year of school, right? his second year of school. And Jordan's now in his fourth year of school, and he's graduating in like a month. And he's going to another university in September. He's leaving town. And like, before Jordan had picked a university, Dave was saying stuff like, I hope he chooses to stay in town. I hope he chooses to stay here and be my friend. And now that Jordan's leaving, Dave has been like, oh, well, that's good for him, but I feel bad about it. And I'm just like, man, at some fucking point, you have to recognize what's going on here, man. He's had like 3 full friend groups. People he called his new best friend and acquaintances enter into his life, graduate, and leave. All right? And I told him, listen, I'm leaving at the end of the year. Jordan's leaving in September. If you don't shape up and go with us, with one of us, you will be stuck here for the rest of your life. And you will have no future outside of this fucking town. Because we are your last chance. And I lost my boost ability. He really hated that. That got him so fucking pissed off. And I was like, no. Maybe, like, I'm wording it very politely right now, because I'm on the stream and I don't want to, but like, I said it in a much ruder way, and I feel bad about that. And, you know, when I see him again, I'll tell him. But I still stand by the core of that message. It's still the truth. He's 33. He'll be 34 in August. All of his friends that he's made, all of his new friends have all been transients who are like between 19 and 21. And they keep moving away. And he keeps being left in the fucking rubble of his own life. And I told him, the last actual mature friend that he has is me. Naomi too, but like, you know, she's kind of like a package deal with me at this point. And if I go, he has nobody.
Bring it on.
And he got so pissed off.
Here we go.
Yeah, exactly right, man. Like, don't get stuck in the small town. Like, as terrible as, you know, the big cities can be with like how far left they lean, don't get stuck in the small town where there's nobody.
What to do?
Can I remove this curse somehow? Poison, silence, blindness, confusion, sleeping, terror, revival. I don't have a way. Shit.
Out of my way.
Sorry, Stalin. Well, that's what I mean, confused. A lot of them just didn't. There you go. Like, it turns out they weren't that important in the end. And so he's sitting here wondering why people don't, you know, stay in touch and like, you know, fuck those guys. And it's like, well, you know, it's time to leave. It's time to go. It's time to get out of town. Well, that debuff is terror. Okay, I'll cure it right now then.
Here.
The battle is truly joined.
What to do?
I'll do. Yeah, whatever. Doesn't matter. Yeah, like, I kept in touch with Dave over distance. Yeah. Like, back when Dave and I were living in distance, I could touch with him. I'm okay with that. But nobody else has.
He gets.
Okay. Captain Marvel, fuck off. Captain Marvel? I finally have Brand's Thunder, so Fuck you, Shield Weasel. You're going down.
Havoc upon thee.
Boom.
Here I go.
Sounds good, Honey Snuggle. Anyway, things will be okay with what you talked about and dragging the show down. We have both short-term and long-term solutions in place for, you know, if Dave gets worse, it'll be okay. Don't worry about it. So guys, out of curiosity, how much do you like me sad streaming? Because I don't usually do this, and I only seem to do it during Octopath. This is like my sad stream time, it seems.
My turn now.
You gets.
Well, Honey Snuggle, if the choice is between Dave and I failing and Dave failing, then I have to choose Dave failing. But if we can both succeed, that'd be good. That'd be good too. You guys don't like sad stream, it seems. Should I stop sad streaming then? Because I find that the Octosad streams are a good way for me to vent my problems and also keep you guys in the loop, you know? I never want to have a JonTron Egoraptor situation where we just hide everything. I'm not like that. If there's ever like a crisis on the show, I want to tell you guys.
Bring it on.
I want to tell you guys about it. I don't want it to be a hidden affair, you know?
What to do?
They help me, but also I don't want. They help me, but I also don't want to treat you guys in such a way that I just be like, oh, we're gonna hide it. We're gonna hide everything. Like if Dave goes, I'm gonna tell you why. I'm gonna tell you how. It's not gonna be a never mention Dave again. Get, you know, have fucking Barry have fucking Barry, you know, see the Miiverse post saying acknowledge JonTron and edit it out. No, I'm not that. I can't be that guy.
How about you? Here goes.
Well, I'm sorry that your first stream was a sad stream, Rainy Metrics. Usually, the stream is much more upbeat, and we're having, like, fun.
Here I go.
Are you fucking kidding me, Torv? That sounds hilarious.
What to do?
Victory shall be mine.
Game Grumps has become DSP tiers.
Defending.
Game Grumps has just become shit, man. Like, I didn't think they could get any worse, and they keep getting worse.
Havoc upon thee.
And actually, damn, son, yeah, look at my beard, dude. Oh, yeah. Actually, I can get into my, my second sad topic if you like. If you guys have had enough of Dave. But basically, the TLDR on Dave is that we got into a fight
My turn now.
over how he's been treating his life. And he's staying with his girlfriend for a while. And she's helping him work out the alcoholism. Hopefully it'll be okay. I feel a bit bad about how I handled the fight, but I still agree with everything I said. And, you know.
Death by 1,000 cuts.
I hope Dave shapes up, because I want the show to be successful with him. I want him to be... Are you dating Dave or Naomi? Naomi. Both.
Here we go.
You know, Dave and I, we were always the core of the show for a while. I want it to be successful with him. I want you guys to, like, see the Dave that was on the show 4 years ago. Like, you guys can go back on the YouTube, watch the old streams, see old Dave. He was an anchor, you know? He was great. I want that back. And I know that he wants that back, too.
All right.
He wants to feel the way he used to feel.
No.
Fuck off, Sakachi. That sounds terrible, Torvar. Holy fuck.
Bring it on.
Yeah, I know that confused, but you know what? Dave has till the end of the year to figure it out.
Victory shall be mine.
We'll have a talk about it. You know, I'll reiterate that I'm sorry about how I worded things, but that he's like I still stand by everything.
Let's do this.
Now see, Stalin, I still have it. I didn't lose it.
Nice try.
Bring it on. Now then.
This guy's gonna stomp me.
Here. Let's do this.
There we go. Broke him again.
Here.
The battle is truly joined.
Bring it on.
So, anyway, that's the whole. Fuck off, Kolink. Well, yeah, Kolink, you said if you want to move, if you can move this, you can if you want, but we can't come get you. You got to get your stuff this far, and then you can join us for the rest of the trip, I guess.
What to do?
2 weeks without soda after a 3-week binge of 6. Jesus Christ, Torvar, are you jonesing for it? Oh, fuck you.
What to do?
I'll get my ass to Ottawa.
All right.
I still have all my essential vitality fluids intact, Stalin. I'm just a little bit fatter. You get that that herb, terror.
How about this? Have at it. I lay
Here's where we destroy him.
dig.
Fuck
I reap
you.
with each battle. I grow stronger.
No, I very clearly don't have my youth in that sense, but I have the feeling of youth, man. Oh, I have tons of gray hairs everywhere. The beard's full of gray too, but I have like the feeling of youth, you know?
Damn it.
I don't ache. I'm not like, oh, I feel old. No, I feel the same way that I did 10 years ago. Like I've got the same amount of energy. Like I'm good. I feel good about myself, about where I've ended up. I'm aging, but I think I'm aging well.
Whoa! That's it!
We did it.
Well played.
Agreed.
Did it.
Is it so?
Midlife crisis? Not yet. No midlife crisis for me.
So, as you wish.
She's just happy to get the fucking prize money.
Gather round!
The dev in the bright white sports car. Yeah.
Holy.
You're invincible. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to tell you my second round of stories, guys, because I think, like, here, tell me frankly here, chat room, are you guys done with hearing me talk about Dave, like blather on about Dave for the last hour and a half? Because I think I've told you the whole story. And the only reason I desire to tell you more is because I just want to rework it over and over in my head because I haven't had a chance to talk it out with him yet. So, I think I've told you everything. I am gaining wrinkles, in fact. Another thing about Dave, yeah, it's fair. Like, I don't think there's anything else to say. You know, I don't think there's anything else to say about him.
Welcome. Make yourself comfortable.
Wait, this is the tiniest, shittiest inn? It's like a one room.
A deal's a deal. You want to... But let's take it slow. There's much we have to talk about, you and I.
I have another story I can tell in its place, in place of Dave, but that's basically the long and short of it. We had a fight. I regret some of how I said some of the things, but not the things I said. We have to work it out. But, you know, he's got to shape up. And the show's future will go on even if he doesn't shape up. So it'll be all fine. But let's get through this first, and then we shall...
If you say so. But what about?
Sir Erhard, of course, and what I know of him.
That's
I'm listening.
Dragonfat's like, please, please, no. Dude, it's been an hour and a half. Please, please, please.
Now, where to begin? Tell me, Sir Ulberich, are you familiar with the land from which Sir Erhard hailed?
Yeah, we'll talk about something else.
Some border town in the far reaches of Hornburg. Or so he once told me.
Aye, a peaceful village called Grind. At least it was till it was razed in the war.
Thanks, Sikachi. Thanks,
It was
guys.
long before Lord Erhard became a
You guys are
knight,
great,
he
you know.
lost his home. After that, he joined a band of sellswords for a spell. It was there he got an idea. And so he finally came to serve Hornburg and the crown as a spy.
Oh, preposterous. You mean to tell me that Erhard meant to betray us all along?
Gasp. Thanks,
His eyes
Ezzy.
always burned with fire when he told the tale. The king of Hornburg turned his back on us, he'd said, and sat on his ass.
Uh-oh.
Nonsense. King Alfred cared for all his subjects. He would never...
Lord Erhard claimed otherwise.
Either way, he was a man on a mission.
I have a feeling that maybe the reason why I've lost, say, 6 to 7 viewers is because I spent an hour and a half talking about Dave. Sorry, pals, but it's okay.
That means he'd been plotting the downfall of Hornburg for years.
Gasp.
Revenge is made all the sweeter by the passage of time. How sweet it must have been for him when Hornburg fell at last.
Dude, the Arby's chibi drawings are awesome. Fuck yeah.
I don't pretend to admire his
Arby's.
deeds.
Arby's. People are getting so mad about Arby's. Like, how dare you? Waifu is turning into the new trap or the new lolly, and that it's just going to be a word that these people use.
Oh, I wonder sometimes.
It's like, oh, you're using the word waifu, that's offensive. Everything about anime culture is offensive. Fuck off.
I never asked her.
I actually asked Lilith if she wants to do Dumping with Scrump on the whole waifu thing.
May happy to.
You look up to the man, don't you?
He taught me to be a true warrior. And I dare say he was a friend as well. I know of little else but the ways of battle. Whatever his sins might have been, I was proud to call him a brother.
As was I. Thank you.
I'm a disgusting weeb. I know. I
And
know
to
I
have the
am.
company and a willing ear. You'll find Sir Erhard in the desert town of Wellspring.
Oh, shit.
When you do, well, I trust you'll do what's right.
We're going straight to Earhart.
Even if that means I slay him, your friend.
If that is what you believe he deserves, I reckon he'll accept.
Whatever the cause he fought for, it does not excuse his deeds. I will listen to what he has to say. That much I can promise you, but no more.
All right. Fair enough.
Does Gustav have the right of it? Did Erhard wield his sword for the sake of revenge?
Who knows,
If so,
dude?
Does he still wield it? Even could it be that we are the same? Has Erhard too lost his purpose?
Oh, also, Gustav, I know that you rented this room, but I gotta sleep here. Please just move over in the bed. I gotta stay. Good night, thank you. Okay. I think the story ends once we leave town.
Interesting.
I love these. I love these little sides. Gustav +4 in this bed now. All right, guys. Shall I tell you a different tale? All right. Just out of curiosity, how many of you know the full history of Game Boomers? Torvar probably does. I'll see if Torvar can type out a paragraph about, you know, the long and short of how our channel got started. But how many of you, like, I know a lot of you have only shown up in like the past year or so, or the past 2 years. So just out of curiosity, how many of you have gone back to kind of see how this all got together? I don't plan on knowing the history. Ouch. Oh. I'm gonna cry about it. I'm just here for Naomi subbing dev moments. Oh, okay. And then, fair enough. Let's get Ophelia back. No, I didn't want to do that. Ophelia. Tall Tale. Been here since the Indefensibles and the Gunstar Heroes playthroughs. Did we play Gunstar Heroes? I don't think we played Gunstar Heroes at Sobu Lab. Okay, Ezzy, I knew like a shitty kid named Devlin. Like a really shitty kid named Devlin. I like to know the history of the show that I watch. Okay. Coach lore. Dave was a drummer from America. He let Game Boomers help start trying to go with the Game Boomers. Big ego, he had to go solo. Oh shit. I'm waiting for Torvar, because Torvar is like the oldest, the guy who's been here for like 5 or 6 fucking years. He might know what's going on and what I'm gonna get at. Not the coach lore. We already gone over the coach lore. We're not doing the coach lore. Don't worry about the coach lore. I just want to see if Torvar has something to say. I'll leave town to end the cutscene. Al, Jess, Dave, and Deb turn back to Vesperia. What, does she want me to keep fighting?
What does it matter? The tourney is over. Our bargain is concluded.
It is, but that doesn't mean we can't bid each other Godspeed.
Phew. Got you in the nick of time.
Did you enjoy the morality?
Sneaking away without so much as
Of course. Pray forgive my manners. I could not have gotten this far without you.
Aww.
And you have ours.
The Sunlands. To finish.
And then?
Weird videos in the forest. You mean the forest, the game?
I don't know.
Or just back in the day?
Well, if you've already got a...
Might as well go shit right now, Colink. It's okay.
If you're looking for a new line of work, you could do worse than being a full-time champion.
The offer is welcome, but it's not the life.
Not the life for me.
Thought you might say that, but I had to ask, huh?
Ezzy, youtube.com/shortfightertaku for all the old political videos. Just go back through the backlog. YouTube.com/GameBoomers. Or sorry, Game Boomer without the S. There's like 7 years of playlists on there of old game playthroughs. The Dev Kit, another channel that I have going of like all of Dave's old anime reviews. Let me just get on the road here, and we will.
Come by. Or even if you don't, you'll always be welcome here.
Thank you, friend.
Don't you worry about me.
A good showing. Now they.
Oi, oi! One step at a time.
Let me get on the road, and I'll tell you.
True enough. Maybe
Yep,
I will
YouTube.com/GameBoomer.
See what the
That's what it
battles
is.
Say about that. Tell you what, if they crown Ned king, you come back and
I'd like that very much.
Oh, Wild Arms. Oh, that's been a while, man. Yeah, no S for the YouTube.
But today, the road calls.
Tell me, Slaughter Otter. Tell me all about it. Ulbrich left Victor's Hollow. Don't worry about it. Okay, where are we going? Once I get on the road, I'll tell the story. I usually do like to go to the farthest one. So let's go to Goldshore. Let's walk to Goldshore. Because I like walking everywhere. Okay, so guys, now that I'm on the road, Torvar has most of it right. Torvar's been here for a while. He knows the lore of the channel. Okay. So this channel was started. The Short Video Talker channel was started by Dave and Nicole doing anime reviews. I joined in on the third anime review. As like a security guard. Alright? And then maybe halfway through the season, I started actually helping out like a lot. Because I really liked the idea, but I didn't start it. I basically took over the channel over time because Dave stopped losing. Dave lost the gumption to do basically anything. Here we go. No. And Nicole left. She moved. So that was that. Nicole is camera lady style. We stopped using the nickname. We stopped using her internet name. She wanted to be anonymous for a while, but then we're just like, ah, fuck it, whatever.
Well then.
Anyway, what do I have? Like, okay, yes.
Bring it on.
So, we did the first season of anime reviews. That was fine. We did the second and third seasons of anime reviews. Whatever. We started a fourth season, but it didn't really go anywhere. In fact, it used this chair the fourth season. This was supposed to be the SFO chair for SFO anime reviews. At one point, we decided to do gaming content, gave it a go. Didn't really take off, but we enjoyed it. We've been doing it for 7 years. We enjoyed it that much. We started with Vesperia, our very first playthrough. That sucked. Our second playthrough was Pokemon Fire Red. Pokemon Fire Red, and that was actually a lot of fun. And we just kind of continued from there. And we've done like 100 games or something at this point. Is it true that Camera Lady was socially awkward? Yes. However, I recall, like, people have been saying that she said at one point that she couldn't speak. I don't know where that came from. I mean, I do know her to be probably a compulsive liar, though. So she's probably just saying that just for shits and giggles. But yeah, I did voice the videos because she didn't want to do them. And that was basically how I took over from Dave. That was like the tipping point, was that She did some videos, and then like Dave didn't want to voice him, so I voiced him, and that was the tipping point where it became less Dave and more me. Up until that point, it was more Dave, less me, and that was when it went and it became more me, and it's been becoming more me ever since then.
My turn now.
Ask me to join Instagram. Fair enough, Morelli. Yeah. Was a spy from Israel? Absolutely. Oh, sorry, Kolink. You didn't miss much, though. Anyway, let's... I've done vlogs about all the things that our channel's done. Oh, Jesus, we're getting fucking raped right outside of the goddamn city gates. Okay. I've done vlogs about what we've done regarding the channel, the Spoonie thing, the Gamergate thing, things that have happened over the years. We don't got to go over that again. I'm going to go over something else. Something that I haven't really touched on the show too much, and in fact, I think I've avoided it purposefully. So, this show, Game Boomers, was originally conceived, a terrible name, by the way, as Dave Plays With Himself and Others. That's what we called it throughout Vesperia and throughout the first chunk of Fire Red. Cabbage, during our Sonic... Was it Sonic 3 or Sonic 2? Cabbage was in on one of the Sonic playthroughs, one of the early Sonic playthroughs, and he suggested No Talent Gaming. And we took the name. We thought it sounded really good. So we changed the name from Dave Plays With Others to No Talent Gaming. And then recently, we changed No Talent Gaming to Game Boomers. That was like something that happened like 6 or 8 months ago at this point. It's a recent change, and I really like Game Boomers. Out of all of them, that's the one that I like the most by far.
Here I go.
But the format for the show was something that Nicole had basically invented.
Here goes nothing.
And I recall her at one point like sketching it out,
What's the big idea?
piece of paper, couch, screen, game art. Like the way she had originally envisioned it is that right here there was the game box art. So like you'd see I have it here, right? Like let's say there was an image of this box art and it was large enough to fill this empty space behind me, and it was like here, just rather than the logo was something that I did, but it was the game box art instead. And if you go back, like Torvar, you've seen it. Go back, watch the old videos, you'll see the game box art there. It looks shittier than having the logo. It's not nearly as clean. Like this is a much better setup in my opinion. But she had conceived of the basic screen layout and the fact she had to sketch everything. That's just how she was. She always drew pictures. But anyway,
Here we go.
she had conceived of this idea that we would devote a room to doing videos, and we would have the whole couch on screen, rather than just like a little corner face cam, or rather than doing like a Game Grumps thing with nothing, or rather than making like an elaborate overlay, we would do a couch thing. And I was like, that's kind of interesting. I haven't seen that before. That's kind of cool. I later found out, like a couple of years later found out that she had blatantly ripped off that format from a channel called Iron Gamer. And they're now a defunct channel. They don't exist anymore, okay? They don't exist anymore.
I'll do my best.
But it was JonTron doing Let's Plays before Game Grumps, which is kind of interesting. You can see a younger JonTron on these videos. And there's a couch, and it's got JonTron, Dodger, sometimes Jesse Cox, but not always. A couple of no-namers that I don't know who they are.
I'll do my best.
And there's 4 of them on a couch. There's like a 2-seater couch and then 2 chairs behind. And they're playing like Smash Brothers Brawl. And actually, I remember watching the Game Grumps Smash Brothers Brawl video like at some point, and John saying that when he competed on Iron Gamer in Smash Brothers, he basically shat the bed, and he always shits the bed whenever he's live. He always shits the bed, right? The Cam Lady Plagiarism Counter was Nicole. She basically made an RPG Maker game when she was a kid that completely ripped off Wild Arms. So we had a plagiarism counter because Dave and I had played her old RPG Maker games. We had a plagiarism counter where we would count up all the things she took from Wild Arms, and it was in the video, the plagiarism counter. It was kind of fun. I remember that shit. And where you can see this Iron Gamer stuff. Honestly, honestly, DragonFat, just search on YouTube Iron Gamer. It should probably still come up. It should still be there. Like, they have a really, even though it's been like they haven't made a new video of that since like 2011. Like, it's an old show, but I think they still have like the lock on that name. Here, you know, I'm just gonna see, just out of curiosity. Just out of curiosity, I've got a browser right here. YouTube.com. Just search Iron Gamer. Yeah, it's the first thing. It's a playlist on the game station, TGS, the Iron Gamer. In fact, the first video is Iron Gamer Super Smash Bros. Melee 7 years ago, 283,000 views, and it's got in it Dodger and JonTron on the front. It's exactly what I said. Yeah, I'll just bring it in, so you can see that right there in the chat room. Yeah, the Iron Gamer. And like, she basically took the format for our show from the Iron Gamer. And I think at that point, the Iron Gamer hadn't been updated in like a year. It was a dead format. It was a dead show. So the consensus was like, oh, it doesn't matter too much, does it? Like, these guys they've clearly abandoned this format. It clearly doesn't matter. Whatever, you know. We'll just take it. Maybe we'll improve upon it a little bit. But because like, I think for like the first handful of Iron Gamer episodes, they didn't use a green screen, and then later they started using a green screen. So I do think that they improved over time. But eventually, I guess, like, you know, JonTron moved on to Game Grumps, Dodger moved on to her own show. People just stopped caring about the Iron Gamer, and TGS stopped making it. And then eventually TGS went bankrupt, and now they're gone. You know, because they turned into Polaris, and they turned into Maker Studios, and then they turned into Disney, and now nobody knows or cares about the Iron Gamer anymore. But Subulab, thanks for the $2. Thanks you, my friend. It was actually Jess that painted the room green. Jess and Dave. That was done before I moved in. I gave him a hand. No, actually, no, I didn't. I didn't give him a hand, no. I put up the curtain, I put in the door. That's kind of interesting, actually. Got confused. But anyway, she blatantly ripped off the Iron Gamer. However, it turned out to not be an issue because the Iron Gamer was a dead show by the time we started doing it. So, like, I felt a bit odd about it. I was like, well, this is not good. But it turns out not to be a non-issue. Dave didn't care either way. I was like, well, but fine. You know, if someone abandons a format and they stop making their show, and then you're like, maybe I'll do that. It was a good idea. Maybe I can refine it, make it a little bit better. That sounds good to me. And then, oh shit. Fuck me. But then I learned something else. I learned that we weren't the only people who took the Iron Gamers format. There have been multiple other channels that have done so. None of them have taken off. And ours has... Oh, shit. Fuck, dude. None of them have taken off. Well, no. One of them took off. But there was like 2 other channels. I can't even remember them now. But they tried to stream with the format. But they did like... They didn't have like friends in a couch. So they had like their computer chair here where this seat would be. And they still had the room green screen, but they were just sitting on a computer chair. And it looked kind of awkward because they were like kind of perched on it. And like their legs kind of went under it. And like those streams, I saw them a few times over the years, but they've basically vanished at this point. I think people who do them don't do them anymore. Full, getting a life-size JonTron character to sit next to you. No, sir. But here's the most important thing. The most important part of this is that by far the most successful people who ripped off the Iron Gamers format was FFS TV. And in fact, over the years, I'm sure those of you who have been in here a few times have noticed people coming in and saying, "Oh, did you get that from FFS TV? Or did you get that from Far From Subtle?" And I'm like, "No, we got it from the Iron Gamer." And I think they got it from the Iron Gamer as well. But their channel has like 250,000 subs. It's been hovering around 250,000 subs for like years now. They're not growing and they're not shrinking. They're just kind of stagnating. And people would say, "Did you like? Are you copying them?" Because like at one point their show was blowing up. Like around I think 2012 or 2013, their show was like really blowing up. And people are telling us, yo, why are you copying them? And I'm like, I don't fucking know what you're talking about. Like, we got this from the Iron Gamer. But fine, fair enough. At some point, though, as people asked us more and more about it, I decided to go check them out. And I think the first time I checked them out was oh, Jesus Christ, I'm getting stomped. It was like 2013. Maybe 2013. And then I realized, oh, the show's actually not bad. It's pretty good. It's pretty entertaining, you know. Who cares about originality and web content? Well, I mean, here's the thing. Like, I was definitely... I'm fine. I was definitely, like, reasonably proud of what we had accomplished here. Like, this... You don't see many streams that have this, you know? There's not many. Most people have, like, the face cam right, like, tiny and in the corner. You know, maybe, like, right here. It's real tiny. And it's just, like, their head. With they got a giant mic sticking right in their face, blocking half the shot. Maybe they're green screen, maybe they're not. Maybe there's, like, a shitty stream overlay. Maybe there's, like, you subscribe and there's, like, a dancing Sonic or something that's like, damp, you subscribe to me. You know, maybe they have text-to-speech. That's, like, every fucking stream on Twitch. And our stream isn't that. Our stream is like a production, it's a show. And I do take some pride in how I've been able to refine this over the years and make it better. So to hear that maybe all my innovations and all my hard work has already been taken and done by somebody else who's bigger than me, back in 2013, you know, that bugged me a bit. It was either 2013 or 2014. I can't remember which one it was. But that bugged me. I was like, you know, I feel, you know, I feel proud of what I'm doing here, and it feels like I thought I was blazing a trail, and now I'm not, you know, and that was kind of shitty. But nonetheless, these are the people that I decided to check out. I was like, oh, they still make a good show themselves. They're still good. Okay. And then I forgot about them. And then maybe the last time somebody mentioned them was, I think, Madry Bread, who has rated... Sorry. who has raided my channel multiple times. He's a friend of mine, a YouTube friend of mine. My political content is more successful than him, but his gaming content is more successful than me. He's got like maybe 40,000 subs or 20,000 subs or something, but he's like a pure games channel. He's a full partner on Twitch when I'm only an affiliate. He has a constant viewership of like 75 to 100 people. Like he's doing well for himself in the gaming sphere.
It's a good day for battle.
And just as it turns out, he was once a big fan of FFS TV, of Far From Subtle. And he told me, you know, I went back and watched your old stuff and it was okay. But the show that you do now, the Game Boomers of today, well, it was late 2018, but you know what I mean, this era of it, it feels a lot like FFS TV in their prime. And like when they blew up, when they went from a no-name channel to a 250,000 sub monster, which was big back then. It's not big now, but like their channel blew up because they streamed with this setup, and the person who ran it, whatever his name is, obviously cared. And you seem like that guy now. And the format of your show feels like when they were blowing up, when people were discovering them every day, and they were like variety streamers in an era where variety streamers were not that common. In like an older, you feel like the Wild West of Twitch again. And like, I took all that as compliments because I remember going back and seeing, you know, in 2013 or whatever, and it's like, oh yeah, this guy does a good show. Yeah, even though I feel a bit put off because I should be doing that good show, he does a good show. And now here's somebody telling me 5 years later, your current show feels as good as their show back then, and how good it was back then. And I was like, okay, you know, maybe we're making progress here. Maybe things are going okay. So once my dry bread said that, and I don't know if I can overstate this, guys, but I was like, I took this really well. I was like, yeah, you know, that's a pretty good compliment. It says something about the quality of what I'm doing. I hope, like, I don't know, how do you guys feel about it? Do you think this stream, independent of SFO, has always felt like just on the urge of blowing up, but not blowing up yet? It's felt like it's been like on the balancing point for like a year now of just like almost there, almost making it. His ego's getting, it's not about my ego getting big. I'm feeling quite humble about it because it's being compared favorably to somebody that you on some level looked up to is quite nice. I'm not sure if I deserve it, but I do want to work for it. Yeah, thanks, you gun fucks. But anyway, I bring all this up because I hadn't watched Far From Subtle. Thanks, guys. I hadn't watched Far From Subtle in years. You know, are they streamers? I think they are, yeah. Yeah, actually, no, I'm pretty sure they are. But anyway, I haven't watched them in years. I just haven't. You know, like, I saw them, and people were like, you're ripping them off, and I was like, I don't think we are. Then I looked at them, and I'm like, oh shit. It turns out we both got the format from Iron Gamer, and we both took the same format, but they were just successful with it, and we were not. And then I watched them for a bit, and I was like, these guys are really good, and I'm fucking jealous now because we're doing the same thing from the same source, but they're making it and we're not. And for good reason, because we weren't as good as them back then. And now I'm getting people telling me,
Here we go.
You remind me of them at their best. And I'm like, oh, that's... Maybe I can do this. Maybe I'm capable. Maybe I'm not just a fucking loser, you know? So anyway, I hadn't watched them in years. And my dry bread reminds me of them. So I go back and see them. I'm like, are they still doing their show? Like, and I look it up. And their show is terrible. And I feel bad saying that because on some level, I looked up to them. But I feel like their show is nearly unwatchable now.
I will bet. What?
I don't know. I don't know what happened.
No,
It seems to be like a Spoonie situation. Because I decided to go and look up what was going on. I checked out their official website. They still have an official website, despite people moving away from that. They have like a subreddit. I decided to go look up what's going on. Actually, I'm at an hour. I'll take a break real quick. I'll come back and I'll continue the story. BRB.